It is anxious moments as the eagerly awaited World Rally Championship at the Safari Rally Kenya comes home from the 24th to 27th of June, and it will start in Nairobi and head all the way to Naivasha. And today I'm joined by a veteran. He's been there, done that in the motorsports scenario, talking about Abdul Sidi. Actually, they are two brothers. They've done that, done this, done that, all that you can think about in motorsports. But today we are talking about we'll focus more on navigation, because when you talk about the Safari Rally, after seeing the route and after the Equator Rally, everybody is talking about it being a navigator's rally. What does that mean, Abdul?
First of all, thank you so much. Thanks to KBC. Brings back lots of memories. Mohammed Juguna was the reporter here when I first got interviewed. We had won a rally with Patrick Njiru in Mombasa, and Mohammed Juguna came with a mic, and I panicked and I asked Patrick, how do you talk? What do you talk? So, great memories. Thank you so much. Any rally, whether be it the Equator Rally or any Guru Nanak Jamhuri rally, it's a rally. For a navigator, you need to be very physically fit, mentally prepared, and you need to be very serious. The Safari Rally route, which was used by the Equator Rally organizers, is the same stages which will be done during the Safari Rally, and it was the testing ground for the Safari Rally. We are getting the Safari back after 19 years. The World Rally Championship disappeared from our site, and all we could hear is coming back, coming back, coming back, coming. Now finally it's here. So the stages are, first, they're very tight. There are lots of junctions. So the navigator has to be very accurate. As a navigator, you're a singer in the car. You're singing and the driver is dancing to your music. And you can imagine instructions coming after every 20, 30, 50, 100 meters when you're doing at 150, 180 kph. It's here. So you cannot say, oh, sorry. There's no room for any sorries there. You can't be sorry. So you have to be precise. Triple caution, do not miss, turn right. And then you have overshot, oh my God, no, it's that one there. So the driver is also got to be very much prepared. He needs to have the confidence in the navigator, and whatever the instructions are, it's being related to him. And what happens, the navigator driver, they get a chance to go over the route a day before the Safari Rally. And you're given twice to go over the route. Once, one stage, you go, you make your own notes. Second time, you check your notes. And that's the maximum you can go on a stage. Twice out. And there's a speed limit for 80 kph. You cannot use a rally car on recce. It has to be a standard car. And you have two of you inside there. And there's a time and date set for recce. You cannot just decide today, I want to go and recce this place. No, you go in a convoy.
So what do you look out for, like when you're doing navigation or you are doing recce? What do you look out for? Because we have these sharp corners. I just remember, like for the Safari Rally route, we have the Sleeping Warrior stage. If I'm not wrong, is it Malaya or something? There's quite a rocky place there with all the geographical part of it. So what do you do when you reach such a route, or what do you look out for? Because there are quite some sharp corners and those pains.
As a navigator, you don't dictate on what that corner is like. You leave it to the driver. The driver, we've got the intercoms, he dictates to you. And you know, you've got a halter here, you know what the distance is when he says, it tells you there's a medium right, 200. 200 is after 200 meters from the previous corner. 200 meters, medium right. 50, slow left. So he gives you that. And as a navigator, you need to carry A4 size pad, pencil HB8, thick nib, sharpener, and rubber. you're back to your nursery school. So then the mode of writing is about 5 lines rows down and about 4 words across. It has to be thick so that you're able to see this thing quickly. And just medium right 100, medium left 50. Next line. So now the driver has now told you what he's been looking at, and he looks at this single caution rocks. Rock is 1, rocks is few, and then 300, rough for 300. It's rough for 300 meters. So all that you're doing, writing on the pad. As a navigator, it's also your duty that you correct on the spot. Do not go home and recorrect. Don't start rewriting, because already you're mentally tired. Your eyes are tired, and you may miss 1 or 2 words which could mean disaster, which can make you a 0 from a hero. So you need to be very much prepared, and you must also make sure on the pad you've written page 1 down here, next page 2. So, and when you're turning the pages, you make sure you're not double pages turning. Yeah, that's also a disaster. So the driver reads out the instructions. He tells you what he thinks of this particular corner, that corner, this corner, and you're writing. As a navigator, it's your responsibility to write what he's dictating. But don't tell the driver that is a medium right or slow left or turn hairpin on the left or whatever. No.
Let's say, Jane, now I have my notebook.
Turn hairpin left into bridge. 50, turn slow left over brow. It's a medium right, and is anything less than 50 meters. And less than 50 meters. Slow left, 300. Turn hairpin left. Hairpin left is you're going back. Into means less than 30 meters. And is less than 50 meters. This one minus is into bridge. These are the pace notes in a motorsport. Now you can imagine if you're doing 34 kilometers and every 20, 30, 40, 50 meters you're giving instructions. It's a song. You're going to sing this song to the driver to dance accordingly.
So what happens if you lose your voice, and let's say in a worst case scenario, and you have to read those pace notes the day after?
Thank God, over 25 years of my rallying, I've never lost voice. Okay? And as a navigator, you need to have water. Okay? A bottled water. I never got used to this pipe which was connected to the bottle behind here. By the time you're pulling, you don't have that strength. So it's always, you look at the instruction, it's coming after 500 meters, and it seems that you're choking, then you quickly, before that 500 meter disappears. So you need to have water next to you, and as a navigator, don't eat any funny food, meat, fish and all that, anything that can give you upset tummy. Yeah, and the night before, you go to bed early. You know you're not going to sleep because you'll be remembering that hall there, that junction there. It will always be running in your mind. But it's always good for you to go to bed. 9 o'clock, you're in your bed. Don't go to Carnival, decide to leave 6 in the morning at Unada Mashindano. It can't happen. So you need to be physically, mentally fit. Fortunately, and I'm proud. I've never drunk in my life. I've never smoked in my life. And I've stayed fit because I used to play basketball, football, cricket, volleyball. And I represented Eastern Province Secondary School in basketball in Kitui. And I was the only Mwindi guy there.
Wow.
Like I said, Kiraito Murungi and I were in the same school, Chuka High School. So we still have a great buddy of mine. We exchange phone calls and all that.
And do you disagree, or are you allowed to disagree and still get to the finish?
The relationship between the navigator and driver is worse than husband and wife. You need to be, that's why, if you're physically and mentally fit, and I don't blame the drivers, because you're under so much pressure, and suddenly, oh, you okay? But just keep quiet and concentrate, because by the time you get to the end of that stage, you'll have forgotten what he said to you. He doesn't mean it. We are both under pressure. We are all going for the finish, for the win, whatever, and making sure you don't make mistakes. And that's why the navigator is there. You need to have that respect of the driver, the team. As a navigator, you're the team leader. As a navigator, you're the eye, you're the brain of the whole team. The driver may be spending 30-40 million to buy that car, but at the end, I'm the boss. I tell him, move, stop, go in that muddle, all that. It is entirely. But you need to have that respect. If a husband and wife have an argument at home, one can run away to the washroom, to the balcony there, but in a rally car, you don't have a place to run away.
So in short, what you're saying, you have to be cool, calm, and collected when you're navigating, because you can never afford to lose your cool, because it is a matter of life and death, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
so I'm just imagining on the material day, because you'll after doing recce, if on the actual day of the rally, what else are you supposed to do apart from the pace notes? Because I've seen when you stop at the time controls, it is the navigator who actually takes the time control card. Yeah. What else do you do apart from just reading the pace notes that we normally know of?
You need to make sure you don't check into a control before time. If you check into a control a minute early, is a minute penalty. And if you check into a control minute late, is 10 seconds penalty. So you need to be precise. Okay? And then you need to know what are these control boards. What is the meaning of each of those control boards? People come, let's say at the end of the competitive stage, you see these sets of control boards, and they see the first one and they want to stop. No. The first one is warning you, your flying finish time is going to be taken at the next one. The flag will come down. So keep the same speed and get to the next control, which is about 100 meters further down. And the moment he brings the flag down, he's already pressed the button to the clock has stopped at the control, which is now 300 meters further down. Because at that speed, you cannot brake suddenly after the flag is gone. After the flag is gone, now you pull slow down. By the time you get to the control board, you don't blow dust and everything. You're not there to take the controllers out of their place. So then you've also looked at your watch. That 5-10 seconds, it's okay, difference. But if it is a minute, then I'm there to disagree. And if one thing you don't disagree or don't shout at the controllers and tell him, okay, I will take it to the HQ. Please mark it. So by the time you come to the end of that lap loop, you go to the time control there and say, please look at my time and look at this time, and there's a difference of 1 minute. I disagree. It's left there, then things will be dealt with. So when and your time, your watch is set according to the watch of the clock of the rally, master clock. Don't set it with KBC, KBN, or whichever radio. It has to be precise with the master clock of the, and it's always good to carry digital watch. Carry two, in case one decides to, and it has to be set accordingly to the point, to the 100th of a second. And then you should also know tomorrow what time is your start time. So you need to look at the bulletin in the evening. The bulletin has been looked at. If in any case you feel that this is not my position to start, because the last rally I was behind him and he slowed me down. Now I'm behind him again. So can I be reseated, please? So after scrutineering and all that, the officials meet for the first meeting of the stewards meeting. And among the things they look at is there any letter of request or whatever, and say, okay, Abdul Sidi has asked for a receipt because blah, blah, blah. And they look at the previous times. If my time was 3 stages out of 5, I was faster than this, then I'm entitled to start in front of him. So then, having done that, then you check what time are you starting in the morning. The rally starts at 7 o'clock. Your car number 6, you will be starting at 7:18, 3-minute intervals. But never come there on the minute. Always be there half an hour, 1 hour earlier. In case there is a driver's briefing that yesterday the bridge was washed away, then you don't miss that. So that has been noted, and you also remind the driver and make sure you come. And then when you're there, you cannot enter that park farme where your car has been parked 11 minutes to your time. No, it has to be 10 minutes.
Exactly.
10 minutes, then you can go to your car, get your seat belts, everything ready, books there, everything, get into the car with the driver. You're watching the driver, what he's doing, where he's going, where, happy. He has to sit there, everything. 3 minutes before time, you go over KCC ramp. Now, that is where your card is now signed, given to you. As a navigator, you must make sure he has signed at the right box and he's given you right time. Make sure he has signed, because at the end of the day, you have done 10 controls and you missed a signature on one, you're disqualified. It has to be correct. It has to be, time has to be put on the card. So those are the responsibilities of a navigator. You should also know to tell the driver that service crew will be coming at this time. These are the things we want. You as a navigator, you should be able to know how much fuel do you need in a car. And you always work with a 20-liter cushion in the tank. Never work from zero, because you may make a mistake and run out of fuel in the stage. So 20 liters must be there. And then you calculate your fuel, 2.5 kilometers per liter. Your car will be giving you 18-20 kilometers to a liter. This one, 2.5 kilometers per liter, or 3.5 to 5 kilometers on transport. 2.5 is on competitive. So you know now I'm going to do this. I'm going to be climbing Cherenganis and all that. I need lighter car, so I don't have to fill the tank to the top. I need this much. So you have already told the service crew, this is what I want. And then once you have checked, you have done 20 minutes of your service into your control, then you just drive to the fuel zone. As a navigator, driver, you should always unbelt, keep your doors open, switch off your engine. In case of any fire, you're out.
They seem to do quite a lot. A secretary, timekeeper, everything is like sort of the boss, but not the boss in rallying. Yeah. So now let's talk about you. We are now talking about the Safari Rally, the memorable Safari Rally. Everybody is talking about it, and you have been there. You are a veteran navigator. I know you do a lot of things apart from that, but let's talk about you and the Safari Rally. What does it mean for you going back?
It's great memories. Like I said, I've done 18 Safari Rallies, finished 15 of them. And that time the Safari Rally was 5,800 kilometers. The longest stage was 220 kilometers from Suswa to Lele. You're just reading the notes. Every 50 meters you're reading. But now the Safari is less than 500 kilometers. 3 stages repeated. The longest stage is 34 kilometers. That time the longest was 220. the shortest was 150 kilometers. So, and it was fun because we used to start from Nairobi, go to Mombasa, Kilifi, then back to Nairobi, go to Eldoret, that side, Loboi, Maralal, Meru, Embuk, Machakos, Kitui, all the way back. And I remember there were 98 control points that time. Mike Doughty was the clerk of the course. I never experienced even one rally that this stage is cancelled because the controller has not reached there. And you can imagine that controllers are from Nairobi. He has to be in Marala, Eldoret, Kilifi, wherever. And there was no time the controller was late. That is how serious these guys were. So 98 control points over 6 days, 5,800 kilometers, longest stage 220, shortest 150. It was fun, fantastic. Though it can never be the same, but at least KBC, yeah, it's I'm leaving it to KBC to treat our spectators.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to say that. Of course, KBC will broadcast at the World Rally Championship at the Safari Rally Kenya live all the days from the 24th to 27th of June. But remember, even before we reach there, we are doing a countdown. So keep it here on KBC, because we are there for you, just like we were during those days of the Safari Rally when it was in the World Rally Championship calendar. And of course, it's back with a bang, and we have it for 3 years, of course. Thank you, Abdul, for coming to to talk to us about those yesteryears, and of course sharing your insight about the Safari Rally then and the Safari Rally now. Thank you so much, and of course we wish you all the best in the endeavors. I will be talking to him on so many occasions because we have quite a lot to catch up. So see you next time.